Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome. Nothing can stop you as long as you focus. All of the pressure is leaving you open. You're living legendary, and nothing in this world can stop you. So welcome to the show. I hope that you listen. I hope that you feel it. What's going on, beautiful people? It's your girl, Legendary. Welcome to the greatest show for Tuesday nights, Living Legendary. I'm live, Las Vegas, Nevada, where it is still cold. Man, I better enjoy this before it heats up. But I'm telling you, I was supposed to do a show. I'm live every Tuesday, but last week I was feeling a bit under the weather. I've been sick since New Year's Eve. I'm not even going to lie. The congestion, the coughing, sneezing. So I didn't want to, bother you guys with me sneezing every 2 seconds. But God willing, I'm here today. And it's my favorite month of the year. It's my birthday month. I'll be 31 years old in a few weeks, February 24th. Team Pisces. And what's bigger than me, what makes it more special is Black History Month. I celebrate culture and the amazing innovators of my culture. I celebrate all the time. But, to me, it's special that for 1 month at least, the world can focus on the amazing things that African Americans have done to help build America. We'll have a little bit more focus this month. In school, yes, it is the shortest month. People have their negative looks on it, but I take it as a positive thing. At least we can get our voice heard so people can see amazing things that African Americans do. And so today I want to talk a little bit about musical pioneers for Black History Month. In this era of music at this time, it's all about hip-hop. Hip-hop, 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 rap, pop. Surprisingly, rap is the number one music genre in the world. It's crazy. It's crazy. Rap's been pretty huge, especially since the 90s when, everybody was coming up. But everybody listens to rap these days, no matter what race they are. You pull up to a red light, hear, the latest Lil Baby song or the latest rap song, and you're gonna think it's someone hardcore, African American. You look over, it's a little Asian dude, and it's cool. And I think that the music that I create from here on out, just knowing that so many people from different cultures are listening, I want to be able to teach about my culture, about who I am in my everyday life as being a Black woman, but also, help them relate. And Black History Month is definitely a way to tap in to your inner artist for musicians. Today I was watching Cadillac Records. If you have not seen that, it's a story based on the true story of Chess Records, is what they were named. White dude back in, I want to say, 1955, around there, 1955. He found a crop share. A crop share is a slave who stayed on the plantation and they worked the land for profit. And he drove to Mississippi and found one of the pioneers of music, especially blues music, Muddy Waters. And Muddy Waters, they ended up recording their first songs together. And Mr. Chess, his goal was it was in Chicago. His goal was to create a record label and a studio for Black artists on the Chitlin circuit and things like that, for them to be able to cut records and try to get them nationwide. So I watched Cadillac Records today. Story of him and Muddy Waters, blues singer. If you've never heard of Muddy Waters, just go to YouTube one day, type in Muddy Waters, and just listen to the blues. The sound that comes out of his guitar, it speaks to you. It's deep, it's passionate. You know, it's a type of passion that they had back in those times that musical artists now, we lose sight of. You know, we have pain and struggle as well, but I feel like the music back then, the things they did with those instruments was, I mean, you lived their pain with them. And also on Chess Records, so you have Muddy Waters, he's the first big artist. Then you have crazy dude on the harmonica. His name is Little Walter. He's probably one of my favorites. I mean, he's pretty troubled, but his passion for his music and the way that he played the harmonica and just the things he did musically then, he's the only artist, fun fact, only artist, harmonica player, I should say, that's inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And that's a big accomplishment, you know. And back then, like I said, instruments and voice, that's what it was. Nowadays, it's all digital. It's all electronic. You don't really get the live instrument emotion. So back then, I mean, the things that he did with the harmonica, you got to check him out as well. Little Walter, my favorite song by Little Walter is My Babe. Man, the song just gives me chills. Also in Chess Records, you have Bad Etta James. Etta James was incredible, and her life story, I mean, they definitely should make a documentary or release a movie or some type of thing besides Cadillac Records to really just highlight her life. I mean, it's pretty deep. The things that she went through, her voice is extremely strong. And we've all heard Etta James songs. Beyonce played Etta James in Cadillac Records. So she sang her original songs, At Last, and that's her most popular one. And I'd Rather Go Blind is another one. And if you hear Etta James, she is a very, very, very powerful. And the reason from that, which I was reading, because I study up on everybody, what I was reading when she was younger, she was, you know, going back and forth in foster care in L.A., and the dude who was taking care of her, he was teaching her how to sing, took her under his wing. He would punch her in the chest to make her sing stronger, you know. And then one of her foster parents, after that dude, you know, he's punching her in the chest to sing harder, sing stronger. Her foster dad would wake her up by beating her so she could sing for his friends. So all of that, if you hear her music and the straight passion that woman had, I mean, when I listen to, like, I'd Rather Go Blind or At Last, it makes me tear up. It's from what she's saying, not only just what she's saying, but it's the way that she says it. You could tell that she was teary-eyed. I can't imagine being in the studio when she was creating those songs because, I mean, the passion is ridiculous. And these are just some artists, you know, they made me tap into myself today. Every time I hear music from Chitlin Circuit days, I like to call it, I think to myself, you know, what is inspiring me these days as a musician? You know, I don't sit back and think really. Sometimes it's just like, I got to make music. I got to get it out there. I want people to recognize me. But when I really just listen to these people who inspired me, I mean, Billie Holiday is one of my most influential artists of all time. I actually really don't speak about her much when I talk about my influences, but I was introduced to Billie Holiday through a lot of people with the movie Lady Sings the Blues. And Lady Sings the Blues is Diana Ross plays Billie Holiday in the movie. And I was introduced to this movie, I mean, when I was a kid. And, you know, it's something about Billie Holiday. Her voice is one of a kind, first of all. It's unique. Passionate, of course. she would talk about the things that she's seen. She has a song called Strange Fruit. She was on tour. She was on tour with a white band, mind you, back in the 40s and 50s. She's on tour with a white band, and they're, riding up the deep delta. And she gets out to go pee. And this is the scene in the movie as well. She gets out to go pee, and she sees a dude hanging from a tree, a black guy hanging from a tree. He was lynched. And that prompted her to write Strange Fruit. And, it's someone like her that just makes me sit back and say, what am I doing with my music? How am I inspiring people? Because, as an artist, we all want people to enjoy our music. We want to be heard, first of all. And I do, with our stories and our outlooks of life. But I also feel like if you're not really getting to that feeling and bringing that feeling out on a track, I don't want to be that type of artist. So, and I hate that it kind of takes Black History Month for me to really tap in, because I've always been one of those people who you could ask me questions, I'll tell you, Black person invented this, or, I'm very into my culture. But musically, I feel like it was important for me to go back to those people that I love so much, like Billie Holiday, and the people who inspired Billie Holiday. Most people don't know who Bessie Smith is. Look up Bessie Smith. She's one of the pioneers of music for Black people, period. She started singing back in the 1920s. And that's who actually inspired Billie Holiday. I got a lot of history for you guys, and it's all information you guys can figure out. Go on Google, just go on YouTube, really. That's where you're going to find records from 1910, things that, you normally wouldn't have had access to. Me, I was lucky, my dad was born in the 40s, so the music that I listened to, he taught me about so many different artists. So I was blessed to be introduced to this music, emotional music as a kid. And I want everybody to feel what I feel, because I know you would. So that's why I wanted to kind of, for Black History Month, or for my segment today, really, just kind of let you know a little bit about the pioneers. Go check them out, listen to them. I feel like it'll change your outlook on life. It'll make you feel like you're going to overcome. Now, I haven't even gotten into Nina Simone yet. But this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to play one of my songs for you. This is Desires, a little slow jam, just so you guys can hear, the passion that I have in this song. And we'll be right back, and we're going to continue. Pioneers of Black art, pioneers of Black music. This is beautiful Black History Month. Here we go.
Your fire and desire really turns me on. Damn, you get me going. Step into my bedroom, babe. I'ma break you off until the sun comes up. Your body's calling for me. Yeah, we be cutting up. So give me that butter love, yeah. I can never get enough. You got me feeling your lace to the ceiling. Got you booed up, elevating your feelings. Baby, you dope, it's the drug that you're dealing. Kill it, I kill it, I see that you're with it. Let me be your sexual healing. Now that you're here, I got something to say to you, baby. I think you already know. Legendary, I won't stop. Temperature rising to the top. Your fire and desire really turns me on. Damn, you get me going. Step into my bedroom, babe. I'ma break you off until the sun comes up. Your body's calling for me. Baby, babe, oh baby, baby, I want you. I think I need you. It's the freaky shit that you do that got me so in the dive. You got me on this ride. I'm surfing your wave, not playing games. I'll do your body right. Do you have a time? I'll be here for the night, yeah. Let me get you right, your body's so on fire. I know my way something new. Let me tell you what to do. Baby, just turn them lights low. Get ready for my freak show. Your fire and desire really turns me on. Damn, you get me going. Step into my bedroom, babe. I'ma break you off until the sun comes up. Your body's calling for me. Somebody rockin', knocking the boots. I swear I'll only give you the truth. You know I'm only rockin' with you. So baby, let me see what that do. Your fire and desire, baby, yeah. You really turn me on. Your body's calling for me. Your fire and desire really turns me on. Damn, you get me going. Step into my bedroom, babe. I'ma break you off until the sun comes up. Your body's calling for me. I'ma break you off. I'ma break you off until the sun comes up. Till the sun comes up.
Welcome back. You're listening to Living Legendary. I'm your host. I'm here every Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. Pacific time, sharp. And, I'm having a good time out here in Las Vegas, enjoying the cold weather. But I'm glad that I get to have this platform to talk to you guys about what I love most, music and life. But today we're talking about, influential artists, Black influential artists who paved the way for me to have the opportunity to do what I do. There's sacrifices they made. If you've never heard of the Chitlin Circuit, I want you to look that up, but I'll give you a brief of what I've learned so far. I mean, it's so much more to it, but the Chitlin Circuit, as we all know, we were segregated. America was a place of segregation. Whites only, coloreds only. And there was the train track kind of was a line to the north and south. Black people, colored people were not allowed to go on the north side and vice versa. White people didn't go on the black side. And they have what's called the Chitlin Circuit, and it's all of the different clubs. Back then in the 50s, 40s, 50s, 60s, nightclubs was where you perform. That's where you got your music out, where people came to see you live. It was more of a live experience because people didn't start cutting records until, really cutting records until like the 50s on a national level. But you did have people like Bessie Smith in the 20s who were able to lay records. But the Chitlin Circuit was the string of restaurants and clubs that you would go. And I mean, you experience racism going down the Chitlin Circuit because a lot of the clubs, even if there were white clubs that you were able to perform, because don't get me wrong, just because things were separate, our music was loved in the white community and all the communities then. So what they would do is, let's say it was a black band, Muddy Waters or someone of like that, they came and performed, and they performed for a white audience. They would actually have the band on stage, but have a curtain. They would close the curtain so that you can hear their music all night. And they would get down all night, have you grooving, sweating your hair out, all of that. They would play all night. But the white people didn't want to see them. A lot of those big artists, I mean, huge artists, no matter how huge they were able to play. Carnegie Hall, the Copacabana, I mean, just huge places, but they have to come around back. They couldn't eat in the restaurant there, And, it's very powerful, the Chitlin Circuit, and just the things that those artists went through, for us musicians now to be able to do what we can, what we're able to do. And for me, I tell a lot of people, I wish I was alive in the late 50s, well, mid-50s. I wish I was born, let's say, the late 40s, grew up in the 50s and the 60s. Because to me, I mean, just from what I learned, I'm kind of obsessed with those times. One, it was a purpose that the African American community had. They had a purpose, you know. They fought for something deeper, way deeper than the things we're still fighting for. The things that they fought for then, after slavery was abolished, it's incredible, you know, the sense of community. And that's something that I miss, because I feel now our community is separate. You know, ever since we were desegregated, we do not have a true sense of community like they did then. And the way they supported each other. I mean, the Black Dollar stayed in the community. They would eat, you know, that's the only places they could, but, you know, I wish that they would have kept to where, you know, you're going to Black-owned restaurants, or, you know, Legendary's coming to perform and it's a packed house, you know, and they did that on that Chitlin circuit. I can't imagine, you know, just being a part of it, seeing Ray Charles or Billie Holiday, or, you know, even Chuck Berry and all these people. I can't imagine seeing B.B. King live. I mean, if you don't know who these people are, I encourage you, you know, even if you just do it for Black History Month. You know, we've got 28 days. Well, now we have less, but we have about 23 days left of Black History Month. And if this is a time that you're encouraged to study up on African American arts, and I'm not saying this to say other music isn't important that other races do, but, you know, for me, the music that we did was stolen by other races. I mean, Elvis Presley used to take Chuck Berry songs and Muddy Water songs and all these people and make it their own. You know, to me, it's a compliment. It's a compliment. You know, nowadays people just steal your music, and there's no, you know, won't even give you a compliment. They'll try to act truthfully that you didn't write it. You know, but back then, at least Elvis, even though a lot of African American artists weren't paid for, you know, the Beastie Boys with Surfing USA, they didn't pay Chuck Berry, you know, for that, and that was his original song, 16, Sweet 16, I believe it was, but that was his original song, and, you know, but most of the time back then they did at least say, like, Elvis was, you know, I love Chuck Berry, I love colored music, you know, race records. I love their music, and it inspires me, and I just want to, you know, do my own thing with it. But, again, it's Black History Month, so I encourage you at least once in your week, look up something. Look up a new artist. Go listen to John Coltrane. Go listen to Miles Davis, one of the musical geniuses of all time. You know, we all know Michael Jackson. We all know Jay-Z, Beyonce, Nicki Minaj. We all know these people. But have you ever heard a Nina Simone song? Nina Simone wrote her music during a time when Black people were trying to break free from segregation, and she made these songs that showed our anger, the pain, you know, the cry for equality. And that's something that we're going through even now, and it seems like it's worse, you know, or we're on rewind most of the time, because now, you know, what's weird, and I don't want to sound like I'm over-exaggerating, but honestly, whenever I am having conversations with people who are non-African American, it always comes down to Black Lives Matter and all lives matter. Why? And there's so many questions, and, you know, me being the type of person that I am, I want to be well-informed, to inform, you know, these people, and I see that we're separate right now, and it's weird, you know, and I see some, you know, Black Lives Matter is supposed to unite. It's supposed to get the message across. Super Bowl, we could talk about Super Bowl. It's so many mixed emotions about that. You know, what, as African-American people, back in the 50s, let that happen, it would have probably been a true boycott of the NFL in ways that you can't imagine. But, you know, those are things that we'll continue to get in. It's Black History Month, so I'm dedicating my shows to kick some game to you guys, to let you know the history, African-American history, because it's influential of your everyday life. It's very instrumental, especially the music. You know, and Nina Simone has a quote. Let's see here. Let me find this quote. So there's a few quotes. like Nina Simone. Everything that has happened to me as a child involved music. It was part of my everyday life, as automatic as breathing. Ray Charles said, I was born with music inside me. Music was one of my parts, like my ribs, my kidneys, my liver, my heart, like my blood. It was a force already within me when I arrived on the scene. It was a necessity for me, like food or water. Jill Scott, I think as an artist, you have to experience some deep turmoil, some kind of pain, because that's what connects you with the world. That's what makes it juicy. I love me some Jill Scott. And Aretha Franklin is a good one from her. She says, music does a lot of things for a lot of people. It's transporting for sure. It can take you right back, years back, to the very moment certain things happened in your life. It's uplifting, it's encouraging, it's strengthening, and to me, that's how I feel about music. So going in, I got a couple minutes left. I'm going to end my show with my song, Billie Jean. And here it goes. It's Billie Jean by the one and only Legendary. Yeah. I know you see me coming. Live legendary. Yeah. When I walk in, they like, ooh, you the shit. I'm like, girl, quit. Okay, yeah, I'm the shit. I do it hella big. I'm 30 with no kids. I hit it, then I quit. I know, boo, I ain't shit. But baby, that's irrelevant. You here, now let's get it in. Ain't no telling what I'm on. My switch up game is too legit. Money, power for myself. You know I only came to win. If you ain't talking to money teams, what you saying then? I'm just trying to build my team. I'm real, nigga, what you mean? Yeah, that means I'm in the field. Run a check and sign a deal. Another check, another meal. Shoot and aim it for the kill. Then thank the Lord for free will. Kill him, then we out of here. But bust it open, pop it, shorty for a real one. Tupac can't be the only reason you keep your head up. So I tell her hit the stage and let me throw some bread up. Then she making love to the pole like I'm the only one. True, to the game I stay true. Think I got a lot of proof. To my family, not to you. Cause they think I am the one. Making money, I'm having fun. From my problems, I'll never run. I'm Billie Jean with a gun, yeah.
Walk through with a smile on my face. Let go of bullshit, I think I'm in a good space. One thing about Billie Jean, I don't play. Keep the shit undercover, baby, I don't play, yeah.
Money bag on a money team. Sticky icky when I make a cream. Slow it down, baby, on the lean. Ecstasy when I'm on the beat. Telling me that she feeling me. Wanna be close, she kidding me. I might jack out Billie Jean. Close friends turn to enemies. Call me Dirty Diana, the way I run a block. Living life legendary, got no reason to stop. Cuddy's dad is Freeway Rick, so we know about whipping pots. Hate it or love it, play, yeah. Real talk is what I got. I'm in love with Benjamin. Got some bands I'm trying to spin. Maybe we can split a few. Go somewhere and catch a few. All that freaky shit I do. Billie Jean and taught a few. Ask about what I'm on. Trap queen, I am a god. Don't stop, can't stop, on God. Energy is what I got. Hopping in and out of planes like a bot. Ask about a feature, damn, what it cost.
Walk through with a smile on my face. Let go of bullshit, I think I'm in a good space. One thing about Billie Jean, I don't play. Keep the shit undercover, baby, I don't play, yeah. Flying overseas.
All right, now that was Billie Jean by the one and only Legendary. My music will be available soon. I'm working on my brand right now, so I can make sure I get everything right and tight for you guys. But again, I thank you guys for listening. Every day, wake up, tell yourself to live legendary, whatever you do. And it's a blessing that we wake up each day, uplift others around you, keep your spirits up. Don't let nothing keep you down, knock you down. And we're here. I'm here every Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. I try to send a positive message for you guys, keep it entertaining. But, I want us to grow as a human race. So catch me next week. I'll be talking about the Grammys next week. My uncle is nominated for his 6th Grammy. This will be his 3rd win. So I'm definitely excited about that. I have a show. If you're in Vegas this weekend, hit me up. I have a show. It's a big showcase to get my music on the radio. So I'll be doing that Saturday night, February 8th. The time, probably around midnight, 11:30 midnight. So, yes, if you're out in Vegas, come check me out. I'll be here. Thank you guys for the love, and you guys have a blessed rest of your week. I'll catch you next week.